Alright, good morning, SIS student. Now I'm sorry for this week, I'm not separating the video. So I'm putting all the videos together for Kindy Prep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8. It's just because I have a very limited time this week and I was, everything was hectic with exam. I got my national campus exam to ask for apology because I'm marking your work a bit late than usual. I'm so sorry for that. And this week should be come back to normal. Hopefully nothing's going to happen anymore. Now, today we are talking about rhythm. Now it's very easy to understand rhythm. And now please, for grade 3, 4, and 5, and 6, I'm so sorry. I'm going to use the language which is very simple, because at the same time I got the grade 1 and 2 here listening with me as well. So when we talk about rhythm, it's very simple, right? It's actually when you talk about rhythm, it's the same thing when when you're in Kindy and Prep and grade 1 and 2, when you guys learning about pattern and symbols, right? And sometimes you guys learning about patterns, about square, triangle, circle, and then you put it into an order that is repeated, right? Like for example, like square, triangle, square, triangle, square, triangle, square, triangles, or square, triangle, triangle, square, square, triangle, triangle, square, or any other pattern, right? Now, rhythm is actually, it's nearly the same thing, but instead of using square and triangle and circle, you're using sound and stop. Okay, that's rhythm. Okay, so it consists of sound and stop, and then you try to put that in order, right? You put that in timing, in order, so it will go steady. Because the reason why it needs time and order, because if the stop and the sound goes without any rules, it's gonna sound messy. It's gonna sound messed up, right? So it does need a time. It does need like a timing where the sound makes and the sound stop, or the sound make and the sound stop. And when you put that in order in the right way, and you put it and you do it repetitively, right? Sometimes a 4 count, right? Sometimes a 6 count, sometimes an 8 count. When you put that in order repeatedly, and when you play over and over again, and that becomes a rhythm, all right? For instance, like let's use our body today to try this out. It's a very simple practice, right? Like for instance, you have like 1, right? You got 1 clap, right? And then you keep on repeating it like that, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So when you do that over and over again, then that's the pattern. That's the pattern, that's the rhythm you're making, right? And when you put a stop into it, it becomes pattern too. Right? So again, so rhythm is a mix of sound and stop. And when you do it in the right timing, it becomes steady and it plays repeatedly over and over again. Now, so our body, you can use our body today to try it out. Okay, so we can try using our body to make a pattern, right? Let's make the first sound. Okay, that's the first sound. The second sound, all right? So let's start with that one. So we can do first pattern. We can go. Right? And then we can be more, put more variety in it, put more style into it. We can put like 2 claps and one lap. Let's try it. See, like, yeah. And again, you have to be steady. You cannot change it to speed. Suddenly, you cannot. Once you start with a particular speed, you stick with it, right? Yeah. You see that? I'm making a change of it. Right? So there's no limit on what kind of pattern you can make with rhythm, right? It's it's just your ability to keep it in time. Now, when I'm asking you to do this assignment later on, do not try to make it too fancy, too hard, too much of this and that. Start with a very simple one, and then afterward, one you start with a simple one, and when you keep it steady, and then you add a different style to it. You don't need different thing. You maybe want to put the silent there to be part of it more, right? Yeah. So there's no limit to this. Like, you can come up with anything, right? You can come up with any pattern, and that's what makes a rhythm, right? So when you do this later on your assignment, I want all of you to make at least three patterns of rhythm using your body only. Yeah, or you can use your music instrument, use your homemade instrument that you made for the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks. You can take 1 or 2 out of that, and then you can start mixing that with your body music as well. And because it can be very easy. Let me give you an example. Just give me a second. I'll grab my kazoo. With this one, you can actually make a simple arrangement or a mix of kazoo and clap. So yeah, so see, even that you can make your own pattern. Now the challenge is this though. When you're making a rhythm, like I said before, rhythm is set pattern of sound and silence. The only challenge and the only problem is, can you keep it long enough, right? Say you start a pattern, usually it's easy to do it 1 or 2 times, or 1 or 2 rounds. Afterward, 3, 4, the third round, fourth round, you're gonna mess up, right? That should not be happening, because if you making a pattern, you should be able to control it and keep it going exactly the same as how you started, right? So the challenge right now for you is later on your pattern, on your music pattern, right? On your on your sound that you're going to create later on with your clapping and your kazoo and everything. I want you to try to keep that pattern going at least for 30 seconds, right? If you can get longer than that, that's good. If you can give me a video of like one pattern for 30 seconds or nearly 1 minute, that's good as well, right? Because I want to see if you actually can hold your pattern when you're making it, right? That's why, again, I remind you, do not try to make it too complicated. Make it simple. Make it easy, all right? Start with a simple one, but not too easy as well. It's like, oh, this is my pattern. Yeah, it is a pattern. It is a pattern. I'm not saying it's not a pattern, but come on, guys, seriously, right? Try something. Challenge yourself into a more harder ones, but don't overdone it. Don't overdo it, right? Okay, go with your own pace and try with your own style. Okay, so that's for today about rhythm and pattern. Now, what does that affect in our life? How's that affecting our life? Well, you know what? Everything in the world around you, it has a pattern. Your heartbeat, there's a pattern in there. If you hold your heartbeat, it beeps, it beats steadily, right? It goes tuk 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 tuk. And if you're walking faster or you're running, tuk 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 tuk. See, the pattern are the same. The tempo, the speed, we're going to talk about speed and tempo next week. The speed is changing, but the pattern are the same. All right, and that's the pattern that you have in your heartbeat around you as well. Any humming sound, even a sound of a microwave or a sound of your fridge. Do you ever stop and listen to your fridge as it goes? Right? It has a pattern. It's not a music, but it has a pattern. So I hope you learned today about rhythm and pattern today, and there's lots of things around you as well. Now, the other thing about it is that when you learn pattern, right? When you learn about pattern, it helps you to learn many styles of music. You're wondering how? Well, let me tell you this. Every music has its patterns to play, and every rhythm that you play will come up differently as you want it to be, right? You can come up with a very simple one. And then when you get used to it and when you're getting good at it, you can start to put a different style to it, you know, to add it, to spice it up a bit. And when you know about that as well, then you're learning more about it. You learn more about more style, more pattern, more rhythm, right? You can, then you start to know that the rock pattern or the rock rhythm has a different than the pop pattern. For instance, if it's a rock one, it will go. You have to make that face, right? And if it was a happy song or a children's song, it's not going to be like that sound. It's going to be. It has to be have this bouncy feeling in the rhythm, right? So it goes. And many other rhythm that around the world that you can play that will show you different. The way you play it, it will present different style of music. So that's why you need to learn about rhythm. That's why you need to learn about pattern. It's not something that is random that you have to learn. No, because what you're learning now, it will help you to be able to understand music better in the future, right? Say if somebody say, hey, can you play me a waltz beat? A waltz. Anybody know what waltz is? Waltz is a beat or a pattern or a rhythm of an olden days dance music. Like very old dance music. It's a 3/4 count and it goes something like this. So when you dance with the song, right? So see, once you know about the stop and the go, or the sound and the silent of pattern, and then when you know how to start to putting that in the right order, in the right timing, and steadily, voila, you have made your rhythm. Okay, so enjoy doing that through the week. Now, this assignment, I'm not putting any time for this one because I don't want to rush things around. I want you to really take time. When you're doing this, I want you to really take time and sit down and says, okay, I'm ready, and then ask your mom and dad to video you. All right? So take time on doing this. I don't put any time limit onto this one, particularly for rhythm. My request for you is to come up with 3 kind of pattern. Okay, 3 kind of pattern. Each of them play from 30 to 1 minute each. So you better be working on it and make it practice. Trust me, it's not going to be easy as it sounds. Right? Right now you say, oh, that's easy. Wait till you try it. Sometimes the other problem is you keep on going back to the first pattern when you try to make the second and the third pattern. But that's the challenge. And I hope you guys enjoy doing this work with me. Okay, so that's all about rhythm for today, guys. And I'll see you guys next week. Stay home, stay safe. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay home, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye now.